So guys, welcome back to channel 4. Another reaction. We're back at it again with the Gent Masterminds themselves. Meshuggah, ladies and gentlemen. I'm taking back a look at these guys. I know it's been quite some time since I've done a reaction for these guys, but I've been wanting to dive back in. I've been wanting to check out some of the older stuff. I've been wanting to check out a lot of other older bands as well for you guys out there. So maybe ones that you haven't heard, you know, yourselves, or some other bands that you guys might be questioning, you know, I don't know why I haven't heard of those guys myself, but we're checking them out for you guys. I said before, like, I don't know how I could not hear of these guys or listen to these guys and call myself a metal fan. Like I said, I don't know, they just never really intrigued me. They weren't really fitting the type of metal that I grew up listening to or what I liked listening to, if that makes sense. You know, all the whole industrial, you know, genty kind of vibe, you know, I didn't really go back into until, like, you know, after, you know, I opened my eyes to a little bit more bands, a little bit more genres, and fell in love with this sort of play style as well. So we're checking out some more Meshuggah for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, a lot of you guys like my reaction, so I do thank you for guys for that, especially when it comes to this band. You know, I like seeing all your thoughts. I love seeing a lot of your comments, you know, more recommendations from these guys or other bands that I might not have heard of, so I do appreciate you guys for that. But if you're not, more Meshuggah is coming your way. But today we are checking out, I believe, another one of their popular ones. I don't know how old this one is. I don't know if it's like one of their first album, you know, releases, or if it's like another, you know, album that came out years after that. So I'm just kind of going down the list of like their most popular list for now, and then we can kind of get into, like, you know, maybe some of their older stuff, and maybe dive into some of new albums in the near future. So yeah, that'll be exciting. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, but so far so good, ladies and gentlemen. I have no complaints so far. I definitely see the reminiscence from like all these other bands that I like to nowadays. You know, I can definitely see them taking inspiration from Meshuggah, since they are the pioneers. They are the gent gods themselves who created this sort of, you know, new genre that is called gent nowadays. But so I like hearing these songs, and I like kind of hearing, you know, bits and pieces of like bands that I know of inserted into these tracks. So I'm like, so as I'm listening to the track, I go like, oh wait, that sounds like them. That's kind of cool. So I do like hearing, you know, kind of like the, you know, the influences when it comes to that. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna keep it going here. Before you start, be sure to comment, we'll appreciate it, and it really help me out. And if you like Meshuggah as well, be sure to like this video as well. And if you're new here, thank you for stopping by, checking out some awesome bits, because we are just getting started on these heavy bangers. Ladies and gentlemen, no time wasting. This is Meshuggah's next track, Clockworks. Oh! Already in! Okay! Already getting into the meat! Oh man! Oh, get that lead in there too! Oh man! Almost spacey in a way! They were contacting E.T. Ooh. That fast-paced triplet. Love the chugs, man. Let's go, boys. Bring me to space. Oh, move it up! Oh, I like the slides. Keep it going! Oh man, my drum man's not stopping either. Oh, I love it. So chaotic. Woo, double B's. love that like little fast-paced riffage. Oh man, I just want to see their fingies. Woo! Get that elite in. That supernatural vibe. Oh yeah, we're definitely contacting some aliens. Woo! Tap it up! Woo-hoo! Oh yeah! Oh, I can feel it! They're being contacted! E.T. is coming! He's bringing the colony! Oh man, it keeps going! We're still building! Oh, so groovy, man. I love it. Oh, man. You just can't help but to jump around, man. It just brings the energy. It's so chaotic. Oh, yeah! Metal jazz! Keep it going, boys! I don't want to stop! Oh man! It's still going! Oh, those dissonants! He's coming, I know it! I feel it! His finger's gonna touch me! Oh, what? What, keep me going? I thought we were done! Oh man, we're going to Cybertron now! What is this? Optimus Prime's gonna come out! Ooh. Oh, bring those deep tunes in! Oh yeah! Play it out! Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, what was that? What was that? That was an entire galactic journey almost. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. Wow. Right from the beginning, man. It just stopped, man. Started with the meatiness. Started with the crunchiness, the beefiness of the guitars, man. The beefiness of the tones, man. Just right from the start, man. And then just kept it going. No breaks, no stops, no clean breaks in there, in fact, as well. They just kept it going for the whole, I don't even know how long that song was. It just went on for so long. Just, oh my God, I just felt like it was going to keep going for like it wasn't even going to stop. It just felt like, you know what, when you felt like it was going to end, they just kept it going. They kept playing it. They kept changing the beats. They kept changing the riffs. They kept changing, the overall play style, man. That was interesting. Very interesting. I liked it. It felt like those were two songs, matched together in one, it felt like. Especially towards the end there when they were playing that, the jumpy riffs, the groovy riffs in the section in there. Oh, that was probably my favorite part, not gonna lie. But wow, what a banger, man. I don't know if this was one of your recommendations for this one, but I don't know if it was or not, but I'm glad I checked on this one because, wow, this was probably my favorite one, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, man. The grooviness, I love the riffs, I love the jumpiness of it, man. It just makes you want to jump up and get around, just the grooviness of the playstyle, the gen. I can definitely see why a lot of people take inspiration from these guys because it's just so fun. It just seems like so much fun to play, man. It's just like, it just seems so overall chaotic, but it's just structured perfectly in a way that's just like the notes make sense. It's like not all just randomly played notes. It sounds like that, but it's not, man. I just love, and then when they were adding the slides, the bends in there as well, when they were doing the riffage up. Oh man, what a banger. These guys are definitely more riff heavy. They're definitely more rhythm focused, as I can tell, man. But we got some leads in here. We got some sort of leads. We got, like I said, the alien contacting ET up there. He will kind of just give them the signal, come hang out with us. We want to show you what real music is like. We want to show you this new breed of metal music called Jet. And they want to share it with not just the world, but the whole galaxy, it seems like, trying to contact the extraterrestrials, if you know what I'm saying. Those creepy, dissonant, kind of like high-end lead chords that they were doing, very ethereal, very, spacey. It seems like, when I always hear those kind of things, that I always think of aliens for some reason. You can blame Rings of Saturn for that one. But like I said, vocal side of things, nothing too crazy. He definitely has his own tone. He definitely has that Lamb of God-y kind of esque, scream to him, that growl to him, that, they kind of sound similar. I'm going to compare those guys a lot, probably, just because they do sound similar in a ways. I don't know if who took inspiration from who, but the voices definitely do sound similar, not gonna lie. But to me, I would argue saying that it's not typically the best vocalist I've ever heard. I feel like it is kind of generic, in a way. His tone, he doesn't really do anything crazy, he doesn't really do anything, anything fancy or different that I've ever heard before, especially with like these older sounding tracks. I don't know if he does anything different now, but his voice, it's okay. It's very, very classic. It's very, raw. It's very, not really, there's not really any distortion on his voice. There's not really any effects going on, especially from the, from back in the day. They didn't really have that many effects as they do nowadays. You can sound like whatever the hell you want, pretty much. But it's very a raw, recorded vocal, I would say. Very high end, very high gain in his vocals. But it definitely, he doesn't really go low. He doesn't really do like the gutturals. He doesn't really do like growls. It's just like a more of a mid to high range. I'd say, like, as of now, I haven't really heard him do any growls or sort of stuff. I would say the vocal of this band is definitely their guitars. It's definitely their play style. It's definitely that instrument focused band, I would say, because they can go on full-on songs like 8-10 minutes, just playing the jamming out to their tracks, man. People loving it in the pits, jamming out, gent to get out, especially when those breakdowns hit. They hit pretty hard. They hit pretty groovy in a way as well with their deep tones, man. I like when they do that as they played it out on their tracks. I like when bands do that. I like when they play out with like a breakdown. They play out with like a solo, just to keep the song going, instead of ending it, abruptly. You want it when the song is heavy, you want it to keep going. You want it to play out. You want it to go as long as it can possibly go, if that makes sense. That's what I love when I hear, heavy, melodic sounds. I just want it to keep going. I don't want it to stop, But like I said, they definitely know how to write their music. They're definitely well talented and versed when it comes to their songwriting and their play style, and just overall talented group of band members, like I said. But I don't know if this was an older one. I don't know if this is more like a newer one. On YouTube it could say like 10 years ago or so I don't know. This good song could be completely older than that. I have no idea. But like I said, man, I loved it, man, from start to finish. Non-stop energy, non-stop intensity, and just non-stop grooviness and bangers and non-stop riffage, man. Like I said, for knowing if all their songs sound like this, I have no idea how they memorize all these notes. I have no idea how they play all these notes without screwing up at least one time, at least on live shows, man. It's insane seeing all these live and talented bands, practice and practice and practice to make sure that each live show is definitely, the best it can possibly be. So I don't know how these guys sound live. I don't know if they do something a little different on stage. I don't know if they do play all the notes, but if they do, all props to them. And they're just an amazingly well put together band. And I'm just happy to check out some more for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure to keep the comments coming, keep the recommendations coming, and there's going to be more Meshuggah coming your way in the near future. Don't you worry. And if they're coming out with any new stuff, you should let me know if there's any, in the new space, if they've coming out with any announcements, or if they, teased, some new albums, or if they did release something over like a year ago that I may have missed. Be sure to let me know. And I might have to check out that for you guys as well. So yeah, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, especially new here, because we're going through every single bang on the channel. As you don't miss out on a single one. Guarantee you that. And I'll see you guys in the next one.